Let them eat a bag of candy. I'm Cody Huffstedler, host of the Dying to Tell You podcast and palliative care chaplain, here with tip number 24. That's 24 tips on how to become a better companion for somebody who's sick or dying. So a few years ago, the palliative care team, we were doing a family meeting for a patient who was 90 years old who had terminal cancer, and we were meeting with him and his family. We spent a long time talking through what was going on, how the patient was feeling about it, and eventually he decided he was going to go home with hospice, and the family was supportive of that, although sad. And as we were wrapping up, I think it was the son of the patient asked the palliative care doc to kind of lay down the law with the patient that he can't eat candy like he has been because it wasn't good for his diabetes. Which was probably true. It probably wasn't good for his diabetes. But our palliative care physician said, well, how much candy does he eat? And everybody looks at the patient, and this 90-year-old man laying in the bed reaches down beside his bed and pulls out this, it's about a gallon Ziploc bag full of candy. And he says, I eat about this much every day. A gallon bag. I, of course, laugh out loud. Thankfully, the palliative care doctor had the wherewithal to say, well, how long have you been eating that much candy every day? And it turns out he's been eating that much candy every day for years. And our doc says, well, you know, it probably would be easier to manage your diabetes if you weren't eating a gallon bag full of candy every day. But you've been doing it for years, so maybe we can just, cut back a little bit, or we could just let him eat it. So the tip is let him eat a bag of candy, but the real tip is let go of the need to control things. Because I think it was the family's attempt to just have a little bit of control over the situation, which is natural and normal and not always helpful. Controlling this 90-year-old man's candy intake wasn't going to make an appreciable difference in the length of his life, but it might make a difference in the quality of his life. And the need to control things, to have control over something, I think was really driving what they were asking for. And so I think when we are interacting with people who are coming to the end of their lives, our need to have a little bit of control over a situation that is definitely out of control can really get in the way of being a good companion. So pay attention to what it is you're trying to control. And let your old people eat candy if that's what they want to do. So I'm somewhere outside of Salida in the mountains, and it's about to start raining, so I gotta go. But make sure to like, follow, share, and listen to the Dying to Tell You podcast.